Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chargers Live in SportsNetUSA.net. Corey Nalen, Mark Pavlovich, the last home game of the season, well, of 2023, we should say, here at Don Johnson Court, as your Chargers are hosting the Orange Coast Pirates. And the Pirates come in with a record of 7-4. Cypress 6-7, both won their OEC conference openers on Tuesday to go 1-0 along with Fullerton and Santiago Canyon. The tip is controlled by the Pirates. Justin Thompson has it, brings it to Cody Aquino wearing number 3. 13 is Josh Govett with the ball now. 32 in orange will be Mitchell Rollins, and 11 is Sam Hunter. Tied for the conference, or tied for the lead in the OEC with scoring 19.5 points a game. Aquino in the lane. Rebound goes to Mitch Rollins. He misses the putback. And last touched by Allen Wright.
Allen Wright should be the spoon that stirs the drink for Cypress. A physical basketball, Corey, player that I really like. I mean, I like that he uses his physicality.
Sam Hunter kept that pivot foot, step back from 17, front rim, no good. Last touched by Justin Thompson. And for the Chargers, taking it out will be Marco Njekwe, wearing number 1 in white. The white with blue trim. Higgy Katoa wearing number 5 in the backcourt. Gabriel Navarro 10 in white. Luke Washington keeps the pivot wearing 0. And Allen Wright wearing 24 in white. That's your Chargers starting lineup. Here's Washington. There's a blocking foul on Justin Thompson. His first personal, first team foul.
And we'll watch to see how the referees call this game. Corey and I both like the fact they let them get physical and play the game.
Washington inbounds it to the OCC bench, and that's the turnover.
Both these teams, Corey, when you look to assist to turnover ratio, low on the totem pole. That's just one thing that always drives me crazy. You know that.
As here's Aquino with the left-handed dribble. Govett brings it around. Aquino, good defense by the Chargers. That's what they're known for. As there's 4 on the shot clock, Govett spins in the lane. Are they going to get it off? They do. Aquino for 3. No good. Rebound Washington. And Washington takes it all the way coast to coast. He's fouled on the put-up. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws. Washington, 6'3" sophomore from Ocean View High School. On the season, averaging 5 points. 4.7 will give him 5. 3.6, 3.5 rebounds a game.
And Corey will look at me and say, Mark, free throw percentage not bad, 78%. Of course, we've already had it backed up that 80% should be a standard.
No, that's not the standard. What people would like. And there is the first points of the game belonging to Cypress. 80% is wishful thinking for everybody. 1-0 Chargers, minute and a half gone by, first half. Just starting here on Chargers Live. Govett, right block, spins in the lane, or excuse me, scoots in the lane and a reach-in foul. And they get Mark with the foul, first personal, first team. And Govett heads to the line for 2 free throws, averaging 9.5 and 3 assists per game.
77% free thrower makes that one. Early in the season, though, I know those numbers are deceptive.
Both free throws dropped by Govett, 2-1 for the Pirates. They pressure. 1-2-2 variety, trying to pick up and trap in the corners. On Njekwe needs to get it over with 3. They do. Here's Washington again. Kick out Navarro. Open 3. No. Here's Washington. Very active. Throws it out and throws it away. Aquino crossing in the attacking forecourt. Cypress. It's like a 2-3 zone. Hunter Almost throws it away. Rollins corrals and knocked away by Washington.
Corey, when you look at the Cypress team, though, of course, we talked about the young man I like. I mean, who is going to be that big scorer for this Cypress basketball team?
The way they play defense, you don't need a big score. You just need consistent. Sam Hunter, no, on the three. On Onyejekwe, his first rebound. Here's Katoa, who leads the team in assists. Orange Coast likes to put that pressure, and there's another turnover, the second. Likes to get up and down, get the pace going, and Cypress is just the opposite. Cypress averages 64 points per ball game, while Orange Coast averages 78. Make that 75 points per ball game. Aquino traveled their first turnover.
And both these teams should be chasing a team that has won a recent state championship. Of course, we saw Fullerton play. Corey, you said they're good, but you don't think this is the Fullerton of old that Perry Webster has.
Yeah, they're a very good team, but they're missing something this year so far in their first 13 games. First 13 games here for Cypress, they need to find that consistency. They beat Riverside in the opening conference matchup. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They're finding it as Washington loses it for the third turnover early on with 17 minutes to play in the first half. 3 minutes gone by, blocking foul on Higgy Katoa.
And it's still early in the season where you would say a lot of these teams are still searching their resume, their soul, their spirit as a basketball team for most of these teams that are out here in the OAC.
I think that goes for everyone, actually. All the teams are still trying to find their way as Hunter misses.
Made.
Except for West Valley.
Yeah, made the free throw.
Oh, made the free throw, excuse me.
Made the free throw.
He better make both free throws as good as he shoots threes. If you shoot threes very, very well, Mark, then you better be an 80% free throw shooter. They break the press. Here's Washington again, this time with the left side and right hand. He scores a bucket. So it's 4-3 Orange Coast, first 3.5 minutes of the first half. Down low, underneath is Isaac Padilla, Bounce back from Vanguard University. It is 6-3 early on. And you see the pressure. There's another turnover, almost a turnover. These offer Washington for 2. And a timeout taken by Coach Andrew Alhadid for Cypress with 16:18 to play in this first half. This is Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, I know Corey said almost a turnover, and you look at it. I mean, when you look into assist to turnover ratios on a lot of these, you'll make it with some of the players on these teams will have that 1 assist per game, but they have that 1.8 turnovers per game. It's not that anybody is a giveaway machine on either one of these teams, but Corey, it isn't where you've got that person that's got 5 assists and they've got a +4 every game that they play for both of these teams.
Yeah, I believe the conference leader on assists is 4.5 maybe. And so one of those things, a lot of 5-out individual players. Orange Coast will inbound with Zach Jones. Bringing the ball up the court is Timothy Bahadur. Also on the floor, Jack Carroll. Isaac Padilla, he has the ball now. Bahadur working on Wad Christian. Back out to Sam Hunter, who stays in from the starters, and he circles home a 3. And it is 9-5 Orange Coast. For Cypress, Allen Wright has the ball. And there's a push off by Allen. Player control foul, turnover number 4. So with Wright, yeah, he saw that left arm extended.
Yeah, but.
No buts. Left arm extended and good acting. Wright is in there along with Katoa. James Christian III for the first time from Banning High School. And Peyton Guerrero wearing number 4.
There's a drag of a foot.
Reed put up, no good by Carroll. Bajador chases the rebound down and leaves it for Zach Jones, and he's got 2. It's 11-5 OCC.
And on that play there, everybody thought Allen Wright had the ball. Corey was going to go off with it. Allen had it taken away. That's why it was an easy layup for OCC.
And there's a layup the other way by Luke Washington, who's got 3 points. And there's a swish. 14-7. In the backcourt, Katoa. Washington, not shy. Well, Christian with another 2. So good look by Washington. And a nice job of not bringing the ball out, way to attack. 14-9, Orange Coast. Here's Padilla. Down low again for the second wide open and layup. In as many trips down the floor as Zach Jones with a quick 4.
Well, if you're going to trap, Corey, you've got to realize that you've got to cut off all the passing lanes with a trap. You can't let somebody have an opportunity to see somebody cutting. OEC, their players have very good vision on the court.
Govett back in, and Danye Dixon checks in. For Cypress, Onyejekwe back in. Katoa, Christian. Washington stays in, and number 15 is Jashawn Chisholm. Here's Christian, gets it ripped by Padilla. That's turnover number 5 early on. 14-20 to play first half. Govett leaves it. Padilla thought about the 3. Pulls up from 12. Back rim, no. Up high is Washington. He's pushing 1-on-3. Nice Euro. Now, I'm not even going to call that a Euro step. That was hopscotch, no travel. 16-11.
Did he pick up his marker if it was hopscotch when he went over?
He looked like a triple jumper. Mike Conley Sr. back in the day. Isaac Padilla double team. And there's a foul reach in on Katoa. And that's his second personal. Actually, first personal for Katoa. So Christian, the third, will check out. In is Zion Jones. Zion, number 20, on the floor. Gabriel Navarro checking in for Katoa.
So Coach Alhada using the bench.
And he's going to have to, as both these teams are relatively deep on the floor. And there's a steal underneath. Bajador, no. Jones, no. Rebound corralled by Onyejekwe. There's Mark in the front court. He and Allen Wright, the team's only players who average in double figures. 3 is missed by Chisholm. Govett and Bajador working on the outside. Around the perimeter. Man-to-man pressure by the Chargers. 13-13 to play. Opening half here, Don Johnson. Cross-court pass to Govett. Steps in for a 16-footer. No good, but there's Zach Jones one more time. And it's a jump ball. Alternating arrow belongs to the Chargers.
And Corey, you've yet to watch the Chargers in any way or form block out when a shot's taken. The alleys are wide open to go attack the backboard and get the easy rebound. You've got to be able to look and know where somebody is on the floor, peek over your shoulder, and block them out.
Washington beats Isaiah Lee all the way down the floor. Count the bucket, no. Well, head to the line. Washington doing an outstanding job once he gets past half court of not bringing the ball back down, but taking it down low to score, 16-11, trying to cut into this 5-point lead.
Well, and what you like about Washington, too, he takes the direct line to the basket. He doesn't come out wide. He doesn't allow a defender to make up ground on him. He realizes that the easiest direction at a point is a straight line.
Luke converts on both. Cuts that Pirate lead to 3. And Jones pressuring Bajador in the backcourt. Lee has it in the corner. Cross-court pass, Bajador right-handed three, no good. Rebound, good box out by Washington. Gets it up to Navarro. Navarro 2-on-1, finishing his chisel. Pirate lead now is 116-15. Chargers looking a little bit more comfortable, and that's blocked by Onyejekwe. He might be the team's best athlete on the floor.
Yeah, and the thing that you liked about that fast break, you come down, you make the defender commit to you. Once they commit to you, you go to the open man. If they don't commit to you, you take the ball to the basket. A beautiful fast break by your Chargers.
There's a mismatch down low. Mitchell Rollins wants a hold on Zion Jones. Rollins 6'7", Jones 5'7".
Hey, us little guys,
Cheat.
no problem. No problem. What do you mean, cheat? If we accidentally hit them low when they go up for a rebound and they feel off balance, it's all accidental.
Here's Aquino driving left block. Nice little left-handed floater. It's 18-15. 12 minutes to play first half. That pressure, 2-1-2 in the backcourt. Tipped, stolen. That's number 6 on the turnovers. Aquino thought he was fouled. Put up an air ball. Last touch by Onyejekwe with 27 on the shot clock.
Okay, so you need to explain this to me because every time they throw the ball in, they come towards a corner. I've always been told don't allow the sidelines or the end line to be another defender.
Yeah, but it also depends on the type of play. Sam Hunter raises from 15 and connects. So count the bucket. Foul away from the ball. Isaac Padilla with the push. So count the bucket. It's 20-15. Put Chargers ball on the personal foul. Jones is out. In for the first time is KJ Carr, 5'11" out of Los Alamitos.
So the foul was after the basket. If people are trying to figure out why somebody didn't walk to the line on a three-point shot,
yeah.
It was not on the shooter.
No, away
that
from
got
the ball.
Fouled.
Padilla push in the back of Chisel. So 20-15. Washington has it ripped by Hunter. Hunter coming, pulls up for 2, foot on the line, short, rimmed it. Washington the other way with his third rebound, almost stolen again. Last touch by a player in orange. So 11:23 to play first half. Both teams using their bench freely in the first 9 minutes, Mark.
Yeah. And I appreciate the explanation by the referee because people might have thought things. He didn't do it for our benefit, but I like that he did it for everybody's benefit here at Cypress College.
K. Dickey in. So Chisel. Navarro runs into a 3, back rimmed it, and Dickey just inserted, gets his rebound. Aquino in the front court. Padilla, Dickey, Hunter, and Rollins. Down low, that's Hunter has a height advantage and connects. 22-15 for the Pirates. Let's see if the Chargers can counter. Chisel working on Padilla, cut off. KJ Carr now driving with the left hand. Fouled but bumped. Blocked but bumped. They get it on Rollins, his first personal. KJ Carr to the line. Carr is a kinesiology major. Averages 1.1.
Doesn't get the line often, so his numbers are a little skewed right now.
Misses the first, can't cut into that 7-point lead. Out is Chisel, in his right. He joins Navarro, Onyejekwe, Carr at the line, and Guerrero. One of two. It is a 6-point deficit. Hunter, 19 and a half points. That's tied for the most in the OEC. Rebounds act. Chase down, loose ball foul. Cade Dickey. They get number 20 in orange. No foul, just out of bounds.
Yeah. Corey, do you like the fact that coaches this early in the year basically are playing with 10 players? Are they trying to discover who is who, or is this just setting an attitude? I know Coach Al Haddaf will play a lot of players for Cypress.
Some coaches will do that, but Onyejekwe all alone underneath gets two people in the air and makes the easy chippy. I think that's simply the Pirate Orange Coast style, as they play a lot of players.
Okay.
Because they do like to get up and down, and you see them pressing on every possession. That takes a lot of energy as Isaac Padilla, the left-handed three, misses. Rebound, Rollins from Dickey. Keeping this 6-point lead. Their biggest has been 7. KJ Carr. And there's a blocking foul, charging foul. They call player control. Cade Dickey with energy. 9:46 left in the first half. And the Chargers are down by 6. Luke Washington, 9 points, leading the way early on for the Chargers. Aquino in the front court, slowing it down. As Chargers, person-to-person defense, working Hunter around those screens underneath. And there's a push by Carr. No foul call. Rollins working on right, spins in the lane, can't move the big body. 2 on the shot, raises up, no. Guerrero with his second rebound. Out to Carr, Onyejekwe, gotta make it. In and out, no good. Rebound Guerrero working hard, puts it on the deck. Takes it out to Navarro for 3. He rattles it home. So back to a 3-point deficit. Good patience by the Chargers.
Yeah, excellent. Get a little travel on that. Excellent hustle by Cypress. And when you've watched this game so far, you would think that Orange Coast is up by 15. With the amount of turnovers that have happened in this game by the Chargers, you would say, oh, boy, they got to find something. But, Corey, they've made up for the hustle on the court. And it has been a team attack tonight. Not one player, but a multitude of players for your Cypress Chargers.
9 turnovers in the first 12 minutes of the game, but they're only down by 3. Rebound Rollins. He leads the break. A lot of 6'4" to 6'7" players for the Pirates. Govett. Hunter, down low to Rollins. Rollins, that should have been offense. As that was more than a chicken wing, Mark.
I was going to ask you, I thought it was a drumstick. Maybe a thigh was thrown in there too.
That was a 30-pound turkey wing.
All right.
As Rollins heads to the line. Mitchell out of Folsom High School. 9 points, 8 rebounds in the first 11 games for the Pirates. Makes the first. Unique free throw style.
Yeah, and you talked about Rollins in this game already. He leads the OEC in rebounding too, Corey, with over 8 rebounds per game. So he sort of does everything for this OCC team.
Chargers working on a 5-point deficit with Guerrero. With the ball now, it's Jones. Onyejekwe. Back to Guerrero. Allen Wright patrolling the middle. Navarro on the right corner. He's wide open. He gets it. His second 3. Air ball. Last touched by Rollins, they say. So with 3 seconds on the shot clock, Chargers down by 5. Guerrero will inbound. And it's tipped. You got to shoot it. Is Jones. Knuckleball, no. Hunter, his second rebound to Rollins. Back to Hunter. Jack Carroll kicks it out to Justin Thompson. Thompson, a starter. Hunter, a three-point maker. 29-21, and timeout taken by the Chargers with 7:20 to play in the first half.
You know, Corey, one of the things I wanted to ask you, too, because not only at this level, but the high school level when I watch basketball, and then at the next level above these players, I see so many players now take that free hand and almost give that pass interference where now they're calling against offensive players where they push off. A lot of players now are looking for separation, and that's not getting called by officials.
It's always been there. It's simply more pronounced now since everybody's worried about the officials. But that's always been pronounced. It's always been there. I think back in the day it was more physical and you could be more physical with players. So the offensive player not necessarily using that hand somebody. They put a body on them, force them out of the way, nothing gets called. And those defensive players, think twice about going in there. They might catch an elbow for reaching in. Nowadays, I'd really like to talk to a coach about that.
Yeah, I watch more games and I keep saying, dude, why aren't you calling an offensive foul? He's pushing off. He's giving himself room to shoot. And I understand the other point that you bring up from the old days, but to me it's just more obvious.
And again, a lot of these guys can't dribble.
That's true.
29-21 Chargers come back with Eric Weeks on the inbound out of Arcadia. He can run because the last bucket was made. Weeks, Jones in the backcourt with Wright. Has the ball now, Navarro and Washington. Here's Navarro. Gabriel with the left-handed dribble out of Nampa High School. Weeks in the corner, gives double team and travel. Turnover number 10.
That was a nice modern dance move. He looked like a tulip opening up on a spring day. I think that was the theme of that move.
Title of that dance, Indecisiveness with the Basketball. Here's Govett with Rollins, Hunter, Thompson, and Padilla. Rollins, not a huge threat from out there as Wright lays off. Padilla is a threat from anywhere on the floor, picked up by Weeks. 9 to shoot. Govett spins and elbows Jones in the midsection. Rollins drives, spins, no good. Good defense by the Chargers. 3 attempt, no. Last touched by over the back Sam Hunter. So the Chargers ball, good box out by Luke Washington.
Yeah, and they're doing more of that. We brought that up early in the game. They were letting people have free runs at the backboard. Now they're finding people and taking the alleys away.
6:20 left to go in the first half. Navarro got away with a walk. Here's Wright. Underneath, kick out, Weeks. Count it. 1, 2, 3 for Eric Weeks. Also a kinesiology major, wants to be an athletic trainer, Mark.
Oh, there we go. Like Sandra Harris over at Fullerton College.
29-24 OCC. Missed that one. Rebound Padilla. Dumps down low to Rollins. Good no call, but he finishes for 2. 31-24 Pirates. Another turnover. That's number 11. Rollins. No good. Out of bounds. Again, looking for the contact instead of going towards the basket and making the bucket and concentrating on the backboard and in. He flails it up there, and it's a turnover. Turnover number 12, and all Coach Al-Hadaf can do is shake his head.
Hey, Corey, you have to be aware. You've got an official standing right next to you, giving you a 5 count. you know what's going on. The coach knows what's going on. Hey, worst case scenario, you turn around and call timeout. If the coach gets mad at you, you say there wasn't anybody open.
On the inbound, man-to-man. Padilla, Bajador back in. Hunter, left-handed pass. About to say almost turns it over, and he does. That's the 5th turnover for the Pirates. 5:15 to play. First half, there's a leaking Washington all the way down. Kick out. And getting to 3 is KJ Carr. 4-point deficit. Chargers can't get over that hump. Pirates' biggest lead of the first half has been 7, under 5 to play. Hunter, Bajador, Carroll. Left-handed dribble to Padilla. Padilla into the lane, raises from 8. No good, rebound Navarro. Wright and Navarro. And Navarro takes a tumble. No foul call. And the officials are the definition mark of no harm, no foul. Last touch by the Chargers with a fresh shot for the Pirates.
But you have to be consistent as an official. If you're going to let them get that physical, then everything gets to be that physical.
And I think they have been that consistent.
Okay.
Officials Joe Rogers, Tim Alder, Marte Taylor. Hunter. Sweet stroke. Hunter now has 14 of the 33. Here's Washington. He misses, and that's the inconsistent call right there as Washington spins on the left block. Heads back to the line for 2. He's got 9 points. Looking to get into double figures here.
See, and you get the Orange Coast staff saying, why is that a foul? The official said, well, he came down with his arms.
10 points, 5 rebounds. Good first half for Washington. 4:05 to play. Navarro, Carr, Chisel, and Wright on the floor with him. Stays at 10 points. Bajador in the front court on that right side. Now swings it to the left and Padilla. Guarded by Chisel. And now you get your makeup for Cypress. Now you get your makeup for Orange Coast, and let's go back to that physical play.
Yeah, and here again, Corey, you were talking about it too. They don't call the rule that drives me nuts. They don't say anybody carries the ball anymore. They don't palm the ball while they're dribbling. Yet they'll take 2 steps and the ball will be on their hip. And I know I'm going to go back to what you already said. A lot of the young players don't have the fundamental that a lot of the old players.
They just can't dribble,
which is a fundamental.
But you can't. But they do have fundamentals. They just can't dribble. Both free throws are made. 35-28 is the score in the lead, matching their biggest of the first half with 3:47. Allen Wright, almost a 5-second count. Here's Navarro. Slows it up for Carr. Carr waves him off, so let's start this offense with 22 to shoot. Around the perimeter they go. Washington the most aggressive offensively for the Chargers tonight. No good on the 3 from Navarro. Chased down by Isaiah Lee. And here's Zach Jones, who had 2 easy buckets. He just runs over Allen Wright. Allen Wright will take a charge a game. We watched him against College of the Canyons 2 games ago, and he took a couple charges in that dominant performance, scoring 24.
Yeah, somebody said they heard Corey say a Euro step. He thought he said a hero step, and that's what he took.
So Wright, Washington, Chisel, Navarro, and Carr down by 7, 3 minutes and 10 seconds of play in the first half.
And here's the thing where you look at Cypress, and you brought it up, Corey. They can't get within 5, but as many turnovers as they've had in this game, to be within 7 is an accomplishment.
On the inbound, Navarro, steady. Diagonal pass to Chisel. Washington running the lane, got to finish with the left, gets his own rebound. Can't get that to drop. And under 3 minutes to play, Mark, you said they're here, but easy buckets like that would be better for the Chargers. Govett spins, poked away. 3-on-1. Navarro all the way blocked. Ooh. So they're going to call a charge on Navarro. Aquino didn't have the angle. So Navarro did a nice job of getting to the right block down low towards the baseline. Yes, there was contact, but 2:39 to play.
Yeah, a little suspect on that call.
First half with Govett, Lee, Aquino, who took the charge, Hunter, he's got 14 points, leading all scorers. Back rims that one. Rebound fought for by Cordy and Carr. Lee underneath. Sloppy play on this possession. Govett for 3. Cleans it up nicely. Biggest lead of the game for Orange Coast. They call a timeout with 2 minutes and 14 seconds of play in the first half. It is 38-28. This is Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, when you look at the way the Chargers have played this game, Corey, being down by 10, I think they're fortunate only to be down by 10. You talked about the turnovers. I think some of the turnovers are simple turnovers. Not that Orange Coast has played spectacular to trap anybody, cutting off lanes and making the steals. It's been simple turnovers on your Chargers' parts that has allowed Orange Coast to have multiple easy shots at the basket.
Orange Coast shooting 38% in the first half to the Chargers 28%. Or excuse me, 37% shooting to the Chargers 47% shooting, Mark. They're 10 of 21 from the field, yet they're down by 10, and that speaks to what you just mentioned, their turnovers. Out of the timeout, Washington loses it out of bounds, and that is another turnover. 15 turnovers in the first half, yet you're shooting 47%.
How many shots did you happen to notice how many shots Orange Coast had taken?
35.
35.
Chargers 3 of 10 from the three-point line. Not one of their specialties this year, thus far at least. Hunter, guarded by Guerrero. Spins in the lane and he walks a little bit. They've got 7 TOs now. 1:47 to play first half. Higgy Katoa back in the ball game for the first time in a long time. He's double teamed at the top. Onyejekwe is back in as well. Navarro, Wright, and Guerrero round out the 5 on the floor of the 15. And you see the offense starting, I don't know, Mark, at the top of the key.
Yep.
Instead of down low, poked away by Cordy. Taken away by Onyejekwe. Fouled by Hunter. No. Out of bounds, a step out.
So touch the ball twice, turn the ball over twice.
115 and raggedness. Padilla is back. No flow for the Chargers. Definitely the Pirates' tempo. So technical foul on Coach Al-Hadif. You know, I wonder if Drew's ever been kicked out of a game.
I haven't seen it.
And you wonder what the repercussions would be if a coach is kicked out. I got to check the bylaws on that, Hunter. Connects first on the first free throw.
Yeah, I don't know if they miss a game or not next game around.
And again, Mark, 40 to 28. It was consistent, Mark, early on. I'd say the first 15 minutes of the game with the physical play, with the we're not going to blow our whistles. And then it's been ticky-tack for a Chick Hearn reference, 42-28. And it's really disrupted the flow and really play of Cypress. Biggest lead of the ball game is 14 by OCC. Onyejekwe Guerrero Katoa with the deep three. Back rimmed it. Here's Aquino ahead of the pack as Govett overshot him. And there's 45 seconds left.
And Corey, you've played the game enough. I mean, I know you've said in all the years we've done, don't let the referees dictate how you play the game. But when you don't know how you can play it,
still can't let them dictate it.
okay.
Here's Wright underneath, kick out. Mark short rimmed. Rebound chased down by Padilla. And Padilla traveled, knows he's traveled. So coming the other way. Head coach is, Steve Spencer for the Pirates. Associate head coach is Jamal Lee, assisted by Steve Tamanaha. Katoa double teamed at the half court line. Navarro, physical play, dribbles out of that. Right block to Guerrero. Missed it badly. Right weak side rebound, spins in the lane, hacked on the arm, heads to the line, 4-2. So your team's leading scorer in Allen Wright, looking for his first points tonight. I believe that was his first shot taken or attempted. Either as a field goal attempt or a free throw. That was his first tonight, Mark.
Yeah, and when Allen Wright's taken out of the game, and you've talked about Allen Wright having a definite effect on the game. When you take him out of the game, well, you've taken away your leader on this Cypress basketball team.
Almost a turnover, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Rush the shot is Peyton Guerrero. Still had 5 seconds, throwing up from 75 feet away, not even close. And that shot will end the half. With Orange Coast up by 12, 42 to 30. This is Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, I've got to ask you, because you've watched a lot of which you do. You watch a lot of community college basketball. Let's just be very honest. Corey Nalen doesn't have a life, so he watches a lot of community college basketball. And, I mean, at this stage of the game, is there any team that you've seen that you've said, okay, pure talent, they're the front runner, oh, they play really well this early in the season, I'm really surprised? Or is it one of those things where you've looked and said, and I know this sounds disparaging, hey, it's community college basketball. It'll take them a while.
I think you know which teams are going to be there in the state. You're going to have, and it's one of those things where we mentioned the first team. We asked Coach of Orange Coast about last year.
Mm-hmm. Didn't get in.
Yeah, when they didn't make the playoffs. And he mentioned a 17-11, 9-7 Orange Empire Conference team that does not make the playoffs. You got to be, well, he didn't say this part. This is what we said. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's a travesty. So do they take that from last year's snub and roll it over to this year? It looks like they kind of are. They're playing better basketball earlier in the season. Last season, they were up and down. This season, they look to be that team. And it brings you to the point of the number one team in the state, West Valley. They're a team that got to the state, and we're not going to say that they coughed it up, but they were going there thinking they were the best team in the state, along with Fullerton and San Francisco, and they didn't come through. This year, they're playing like, okay, we got a bone to pick with everybody, and this is our year.
Well, Corey, I'll tell you, I'm quite surprised when I went and I looked at the rankings, and I realized when I was writing them all down, I went, wait a minute, there's only 3 undefeated teams in the state. In the state.
And that's surprising to me.
It is. It was to me, too, because I know not
No,
everybody's playing top quality.
Meaning, I didn't think there would be any undefeated
Oh,
team.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
See, I look at it the opposite. I figured I'd see at least 6 or 7 undefeated teams, and then as things start playing out, then you'd get those teams that would be, 2 losses.
Oh, no. With the expansion of these tournaments and crossovers that these teams are playing, where you see a San Diego City playing out of Fullerton, a Fullerton playing out of San Diego City, a Cypress playing, I forgot the tournament up north, which they played very well in. The teams are playing each other now where they hadn't played before earlier in the season in the past. So you look at West Valley has already beaten Fullerton. You take a look at Mount San Jacinto, right, as one of the other undefeated teams.
They're 12-0.
And they've been playing well also.
Cabrillo's the other one, so it's those 3.
And Cabrillo is really the surprise. They've got a good team. Watched them play a couple times this year. They've got a really good team, but didn't know if they would be undefeated. There's another team that's up and coming as well. They're kind of taking the place of College of the Sequoias, where they were a few years ago. Now it's Cabrillo that's really going to say, hey, this is our time for state.
Yeah, and then everybody underneath them, Corey, has got 2 or 3 or more losses. And, I mean, that's when I looked and said, okay, is it the quality of the game has changed and it's not, we talk about players trying to make it to the next level, so may not play at community college level like in the old days, or is it the competitiveness that all these teams have now sort of leveled out and there's not that elite cheese-eating team that is going to walk away like Perry Webster's team did when they only lost 1 game in an entire season?
Yeah, I think the quality of the game has gotten better. I really do. There was a downtime, honestly, for community college basketball. There's been a downtime. There was. But it's gotten so much better and it's elevating itself. I just think, and people finally realize, and not that it was anything to do with the competition, it was just the fact that people overlooked the community college value. And that's why that, quality wasn't there, and that's why it's coming back, because they recognize it's always been there. So let's get it back to going to where it used to be.
I need to get away from the players, and I got to ask you, because I know so many times we talk about the players and everything else, but are the coaches on the community college level overlooked as basketball coaches? I know in D1 everybody will talk about the name and,
I think all coaches at the community college level are overlooked, in my opinion, no matter if it's basketball, football, tennis.
Men's or women's.
Yeah, I think they all get overlooked because, and we've seen it with recruiting. Oh, you went to community college because you can't play D1. You coach at community college because you can't coach at D1 or D2. That's a false statement. That's a false narrative.
Because we've watched Coach Alhada for years, and I mean, he's one heck of a gentleman. But Corey, I think he's an outstanding coach here at Cypress College.
Oh yeah, you have to be an outstanding coach to build programs and continue programs' legacies. You take a look at Coach Alhada, he's brought back that legacy of Cypress. Yeah, they won a couple in 80 and 81, a couple state titles, and they haven't won anything since. But that shouldn't disparage the program, because the program has been one of the top tiers every single year. They had a lull, and now he's brought it back. You look at OCC. Coach Steve Spencer has brought 20 years of playing. They haven't won since 1978, I believe. And he's brought this program back to respectability, and they're going to get to the playoffs this year. Trivia question. What star Hall of Fame volleyball player was on that state title team for OCC?
I'm just going to be honest and say I don't know.
Okay, he played at USC. Partner of Karch Karai,
Give me the answer.
Steve Timmons.
Okay. All right.
Part of that state championship
I
team.
thought, maybe they'd have gone to Long Beach State, who wins national title. You know what? And we didn't get to do the state championships for volleyball, which is a shame because we should have here on sportsnetUSA.net. But I tell you what, a sport that is growing in this nation in popularity is volleyball, especially the women's games. Corey, I don't know. You and I both watched the D1 championships, and we watched Texas, and we were talking to each other during the game. The game itself, the athletes that are coming from all over the nation now to play the game of volleyball for the women is just spectacular. And so when you become a fan of the game, don't just sit there and limit yourself to football, baseball. We know softball is huge. Women's basketball is just as huge as men. But start looking at the other sports, because I tell you what, talk about the talent I saw in volleyball this year on the D1 level. Wow, outrageous.
And speaking of talent and scores around the CCCAA, Saddleback 84-77 winners over Golden West, evening their conference record to 1-1. Irvine Valley and Cuyamaca, no score there, not a conference matchup. Santiago ran wild over Riverside. Riverside's only 3-10 this year. Santiago Canyon is back to where they were a couple years ago when they had a chance for state. Right, I think that happened right COVID season when they were playing really well, and we thought it was going to be a Santiago Canyon versus LA Valley. No, not LA Valley. East LA.
East LA.
East LA final, 91-62 over Riverside. Fullerton beat Santa Ana, who's a much improved team this year at 6-6. Fullerton won 68-61, another Orange Empire Conference matchup. And also around the 3C2A, let's see, Moore Park over San Diego Miramar, 88-75. Moore Park's an interesting team this year. They're in the top 25. Are they in the top 10, I believe?
Moore Park?
Or top 20.
Top 20.
Top 20 team. So they're interesting if they can get to the state. Oxnard and Miracosta. Miracosta is up 45-32 beginning of the second half. One other score up north, Skyline beat West Hills Lemoore 72-70.
Little women's basketball going on sportsnetUSA.net. I was going to see if you were going to go and give those scores out on the women's side.
Yeah.
You were? Okay. All right. I'll get out of your way when you do that.
I thought you were going to give it.
No, that's okay. I'm out of your way. I'm old. I move slow.
So on the women's side, Cypress beat Rio Hondo. They improved to 4-8 in conference, on the season, 56-47 winners. Coach B. We'll see how they finish off this season. Rough start early on. Golden West beat San Diego City 70-64. We saw San Diego City and Fullerton play last week at the Colleen Riley tournament.
We did. Yeah.
Glendale beat Allen Hancock 63-46, improving to 8-2. So those are some scores on the women's side. And speaking of on the women's side, we got a chance to watch a lot of Cypress basketball, which we love. And Ashley Hawkins, who was one of the better players last year, co-conference player of the year in the OEC, at Gardner Webb this year, leads the team in scoring at Gardner Webb. She is their best player, averaging 15 points a game. Watched them get their first victory last week, and then the other day they played, I forgot the team, Mark, just that quickly. but they played them tough in a loss. But Ashley Hawkins doing a lot of big things and will be an all-conference performer this year for Gardner Webb.
Well, as Cypress comes on the floor, I'm going to make Corey Nalen the coach. What do they need to do, Corey? I know, besides not turn over the ball. Because, I mean, their offense, let's be very realistic. It hasn't been a lot of points from a set offense. They've gotten a lot of points on getting fast breaks and breaking the press by Orange Coast. Their set offense hasn't been that productive.
I can't say anything else. They can't turn the ball over. It's as simple as that. People want to make sports and games or sports a difficult and complicated endeavor.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing difficult and complicated about what they need to do. If you have the ball and can shoot the ball and score the ball, you're doing good. If you have 15 turnovers in the first half of play, but you're shooting 47%, almost 50% from the field,
That's just...
you're down by 12. You make 7 of those shots, you're up by 2.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You make 5 of those shots, you're down by 2. Or you can be tied depending on what type of shots they are.
Yeah, yeah.
But just don't turn the ball over.
Well, it's like anything else. I tell you what, if you keep taking me out to dinner and you keep giving me the opportunity never to pay the bill, I'll keep ordering the big meals every time we go out because I'm not going to have to pay for it. It's that simple. You can't give things away and expect to win at any game. I don't care what you're playing. And again, do you call it sloppy basketball? Okay, now I put you on the spot. Is it sloppy basketball or is it just relentless defense by OCC?
It's both. It's sloppy. You have to handle the pressure.
Okay.
Okay, there was one 5-second violation. Yeah, sometimes that happens. But there were almost 3 more. But the thing is, you've seen these presses. You've seen how they act. You know you got to get to the middle of the floor. That's common knowledge. And then you push. You don't stop until they stop you up the floor. Luke Washington has done a good job of that in the first half of play. He's got 10 points. But again, with those 10 points, we've seen a couple easy layups miss. So you have to have the opportunity to convert. And when you do convert, or have the opportunity to make them pay, 10 of 25 from the field, 40% for Cypress. 14 of 36, 38% for Orange Coast. But again, they've had 8 offensive rebounds, speaking of the Pirates.
And the other thing you can't do, Corey, you can't lose Alan Wright for the Cypress team. Like you said, Alan Wright doesn't even take a shot, finally gets one. He's got 2 points in the first half. That's because he was at the charity shirt. He's been a lost soul offensively for this Cypress team, and he does right now drive the bus until somebody else shows that he needs to get out of the chair, and they'll take him to the promised land.
42-30, just about to start the second half of play. We mentioned those turnovers. 13 points for OCC off of those turnovers. And again, you're down 12.
Yeah, it's just,
So Wright comes back on the floor with Onyejekwe, Washington, Navarro, and Katoa for your team in white. Chargers live in SportsNetUSA.net. That team in orange is Orange Coast with Hunter, Govett, Aquino, Padilla, and Rollins.
Well, because they play halves and not quarters, I'm going to say you can win or lose this game in the first 5 minutes.
Yes, you can, and there's a steal by Mark Onyejekwe. So good job by Mark turning them over. That's the 10th turnover for Orange Coast. Here's Wright underneath, stripped by Govett. Foul by Govett, and now the officials come into play, Mark.
Yeah.
That foul was not called in the first half of the first 15 minutes.
But again, Cypress did what we just mentioned, Corey. They went to Allen trying to find something immediately.
And what a way to start off the second half with a 3. A steal and a 3, Gabriel Navarro. Cuts that lead to 9. Rollins. Aquino marking out directions back to Govett. Aquino, he's another bounce back. Sat out last year, coming back. Sam Hunter scored 16 points to lead all scorers. Here's 3, 2, 1. Beats the shot clock is Isaac Padilla. And they're pushing. Gabriel Navarro brings it back out to reset. Washington doesn't. Left baseline is on the Ejekwe. Kick out. Luke Washington open 3. No good. Rebound fought for. Controlled by Rollins. 44-33 is your score. Govett, offensive rebound. Rollins finishes. 46-33. And again, the spacing on the floor for Cypress not there. Washington up ahead of the pack. Triple teamed. No good, but he's fouled.
And Corey, once again, defensively, Cypress is losing people on the floor, which has allowed Orange Coast to have some very, very easy baskets.
Offensively, Cypress points per game 8th. As a team in a 9-team conference, they average 64 points a game. But defensively, that's where they make their bread, make their money. 63 points giving up, which is second in conference. Washington, good for 235 points on the scoreboard for the Chargers with 18:11 to play in the ball game. Just started the second half. Mark says the first 5 minutes are crucial for the Chargers. Man-to-man, rotating Rollins. Down low, Padilla, good position on Guerrero. Good help by Navarro. Govett, right block, leaves it for Padilla. And one. Bumped from behind by Onyejekwe.
3 baskets, all 3 of them underneath the rim for Orange Coast.
And that's Josh Govett, who's penetrating into the lane. 3.5 assists per game. Not looking to shoot. Gets another assist. That's number 4 for him. And it's 49-35. Here's Washington. And are we going to say good transition defense for the Pirates or apprehensiveness for the Chargers? Another 3 settles home. Gabriel Navarro got 2 threes early on in the second half. 17:20 to play. They're down by 11. Govett and Bahador. Dangerous pass, Padilla snares it, working on Guerrero. Kick out, loses the ball, out of bounds, another turnover. Padilla has 14 points. That's the 13th turnover. Katoa now. Washington. Right at the free throw line. Get him the ball there. Make him turn on Hunter. He's got an advantage. Drives, spins in the lane. Off glass for 2.
See, it's nice when they listen to the instructor and do what he asks him to do. The student athlete will do much better.
9-point deficit. Hunter with a floater. Make that a runner, hit from behind. Count the bucket. And Sam Hunter, 19.5 points per ball game. He's got 18 now. 51-40. Cade Dickey in for Bahador. Hunter shoots 84%. Toa out, Carr in.
See, I think Coach Al had it on his best holiday behavior.
Misses the free throw. So can't convert the three-point play. Carr picks up his dribble. Washington to right. Right turns and faces. Navarro, 6 points on 2 threes and 16:08 to play. Washington takes a three. He shoots it long. Rebound, loose ball foul, no on Carr. Corralled by Govett. Here's Padilla. Throws it away, turnover 13.
And it's interesting, Allen now has touched the ball more in the second half than he did in the entire first half of play for Cypress.
Even if he's not shooting, you're right, he's got to touch the ball because he's not just a shooter and a scorer, he's really a facilitator on the floor. Navarro, young man is hot, thought about that three. Carr to right, again, spins, triple team, kick out, the hot hand. Misses, rebound Carr, working hard underneath and tracks it down. Second chance opportunity coming for the Chargers. Here's Wright in the lane, kick out, Washington misses last three, so he drives it in. Kick out Navarro, Carr. Boschlevy, 51-40 with 15 minutes to play in the ballgame. Govett working on Washington. Govett's not a threat to score, but he can score, averaging 9, and Wright says, give me that. Here's Washington, and there's a block on Govett. So 14:49 to play in the ball game. Chargers looking to find some type of rhythm in the second half, down by 11.
But what you're finding out from the Chargers, Corey, which is what you brought up, Allen Wright's the stabilizer for the building. And if you let the stabilizer go, the building's going to collapse. So therefore, he's touching the ball now. And like you said, too many people only think about scorers. There's got to be that person helps their other 4 players on the floor find that way to score. Allen Wright does that for Cypress.
Yes, he does. And we'll see if he gets a couple touches on this possession. 26 seconds to shoot. And we'll see if he gets open again at the free throw line and just let him work. He stands 6'4", maybe 6'5", but we'll give him 6'4". And he's working against a taller Zach Jones now, who's 6'7". But again, you favor the advantage to Wright. Navarro, two-man game with Wright. Trying to get to that left block, he spins, kick out. Last touch by Aquino. Wright recognizes next time he shoots that one. Perfect position on that left block. He just spins and touches one off the glass. That's an easy 2. Bullies his way down low, blocked from behind by Hunter, saved by Hunter. Here's Lee. Spin, kick out. Hunter, back to Lee. A little bump by Navarro, and that's the 3rd team foul. Navarro's 2nd.
I know that bump, Corey, that's where I let them play on. You're 35 feet away from the basket. It's a shoulder. You're not shooting. You're trying to drive. The official sometimes should swallow their whistle.
And Aquino drains a 3, 54-40. And he commits a holding foul on the inbound. And again, you could have run the baseline, Mark. And that's one of the things that the Chargers are getting trapped on. On a made bucket, make it easy for yourself. Run the baseline and get it. Now they can't move. Bad spacing, triple team. Christian has it. again, being indecisive with the ball is going to hurt you every time. You do not pick up your dribble unless you have to. So if you keep dribbling down on that far sideline, you keep going. When the double team happens, you can split that. Or you want to make sure you give it up to Allen Wright, who's standing at half court all alone. Hunter creates separation, and he's got 20, 56-40. On the inbound to Carr. 2-on-2 behind the back all the way. You needed 2 points, 56-42, but it is ragged out there right now for the Chargers, 13:30 to play. Here's Hunter, spins. Isaiah Lee, hop, skip, jump. Another turnover.
And this is that part of the game now. You're trailing by 14. There's 13 minutes to go. You need to make a run sometime as a Charger team.
Here's Wright, takes it all the way. Count it.
Allen Wright said, I'll make a run. I'll run over you.
And right now, when you're discombobulated on offense, that might be your best play. They say, Allen, take it to the bucket until you get tired, until you see I need to come out and score the bucket. He was 12 of 12 from the free throw line. Excuse me. 11 of 12 from the free throw line against College of the Canyons. Misses that one. Chased down by Navarro. Second chance. This is what you need to get back into it when you're down by 12. 13 minutes approaching. Christian. Navarro. Third three of the half. No. Back rim. Rebound. Good box out by Padilla. Aquino. Back to Padilla. Left-handed three is short. Here's Christian again. Picking up his dribble. Gets the ball back to Wright. Here he is on the skip pass. Washington thought about a three. He spins in the lane. Misses the right-handed floater. And here's Padilla running the other way. Chargers back on D. Good transition. Keno step back. Another three. And Mark, that kid can shoot.
And Corey, that I'm going to go back. Corey and I were talking about something in the first half where I talked about the hand, and you said in the old days they would use the body. Get away from me, put a little shoulder. That's what he does. He goes in with his body. The defender goes back to give him room, and then he steps back to take the wide open shot.
And you don't blame the players. You blame the rule callers on that. Because you see it all the way at the NBA level. You see that push out and no call. So when you favor the offense, that's not going to get called, so it's not going to be a foul. And I don't think you blame the players or the coaches for that. You blame the rule makers for that, for not enforcing.
So now Cypress is now at 15 points behind Corey. They've got to make a 10-point run someplace to get back in this game.
Not sure if they can. Hope they prove me wrong. Because we've seen them do amazing things here at Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net, but it's not looking like it until now. Long bomb, fly route, Mark Onyejekwe from Peyton Guerrero. And it's 59-46. So we're hoping the Chargers make us eat our words, Mark. As Govett looks for the backdoor cutoff. Good D by Navarro. Rollins hands to Aquino. He's got 2 threes in the second half. Govett's got a few assists here. Give him one more. Good, movement without the ball from Padilla. Here's Navarro. Kick out to Katoa. In rhythm 3. No good. Pushed down by Aquino after the shot. And he was behind the line, so 3 shots coming to Higgy Katoa.
See, Corey, you keep bringing up on the press out. Cypress picks up the ball, and I relate it to the game of baseball. You always know what you're going to do before the ball's hit to you. You always know what you're going to do defensively. You always know that. I've never understood why a basketball player will pick up a ball because they're like that ship that has no fuel. They're stuck in the water now. Where do they go?
First 2 up and in for Higgy. Donnie Dixon checks in. Out is Aquino. Aquino 3 for 7, 8 points. Higgy Katoa his first points of the ball game and cuts the lead back to 12. 61 to 49, and it's 11:22 to remain. Down low, Hunter's got the advantage on Katoa. Navarro keeping for a double team. Stolen by Mark. Onyejekwe splits defenders, puts it up, blocked by Padilla. Off backboard, Guerrero gets it again and blocked by Padilla for a second time. And the aggression with Padilla on the block looked clean to me. But the foul.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, Corey, because I thought it was a foul, and then when I saw the referee walking over, that I thought he had gotten hand on that one.
I like the fact that the Chargers are shooting free throws.
Yeah, clock's not moving, scoring points. And Corey, again, this is where, to go back at our old days, as that one drops, and now all you've got to think of is one more stop. If you're a Charger fan.
Down by 10. 10:50 remains. Govett with 6 assists to Hunter. Make it 7. 23 for Sam Hunter. 64-51. Onyejekwe can't get the corner. Guerrero thought about the 3, dumps down to right. Quick first move and the bucket. Again. All night long, that same play can work. And again, you keep running that play 10 times in a row, eventually you're going to see the Pirates crash down, double, triple team. And that's when you'll see kick out 3 opportunities, uncontested 3 opportunities. Setting your feet, set shot Buford 3 opportunities. And there's a 3 the old-fashioned way. Cuts the lead to 10 with 10:19 to play in the ballgame. It is 64-54. Orange Coast over the Chargers on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, we should have a full season after the first of the year here on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. More men's and women's basketball be coming your direction. Softball not far around the corner. Throwing a little baseball just for the flavor. And we'll have a variety of games coming at you in 1924 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Sounds weird. 2024. You know what? I'm so old, it is 1924. Ed Ford, Ed, get the string and can out again because we're going back to 1924 here on SportsNetUSA.net.
So Alan Wright, no points in the first half.
10?
9 points.
Okay.
Right now. And again, only taken 4 shots. So 3 for 4. And he's got 9 points. And that means he must be getting fouled. So every time I'd run the same play until they stop it. Bahadur, Govett, Padilla, Hunter, and Cordy on the floor in orange. We've got a 10-point lead and approaching 10 minutes to play. Govett spins out of a double team. Kick out to Bahadur for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound, strong hands by Alan Wright. Onyejekwe, Katoa with the ball. Navarro, who's got 6 points on 2 threes in the second half, and Guerrero with it. Working on Govett in the lane, loses it. Ball is up. Bajador coming out of the pack. Hunter loses it. Under 10 to play. All right, he's got the range. Misses back rim, poked Navarro. He's got it against Cordy, double team. Try to set it back up. You've got time to right. Guerrero working, spin, almost loses it. He does lose it. Blocking foul on Gabriel Navarro, his third personal. Fourth team foul. Sideline out of bounds. Hunter and Bajador out. Aquino and Rollins in. Next broadcast on SportsNetUSA.net. East LA basketball, the Okawa Classic on the 28th. Here's Govett. Padilla down low. Rollins over the shorter. Couture with the hook. 66-54. And again, Cypress needs to be aggressive. Right. Free throw line, extended, kick out. Navarro, Couture. Easy three. Short, not really. Rebound Aquino. Cypress shoots 30% from three on the season. Rollins. Govett. Drives. Double team. Kick out. Tapped away by Onyejekwe with 5 to shoot.
And of course, you say now for most teams, 37% should be about the average for a three-point country.
Yeah, 31 is not, as a team, no. So there's a hold on Onyejekwe chasing Isaac Padilla. And so instead of 5 seconds to shoot, now there's 20 with the reset. 15 foul. And on the inbound, Bajador steps out of bounds on the drive attempt.
Everybody who takes that back step to set themselves on a three-point shot.
And again, too much dribbling for Cypress. The ball travels faster than the player. There we go, as right on Onyejekwe. 66-56. 7:48 remains. Not out of the realm of possibilities. 2 stops here and 2 scores. You're back in it. Padilla working again. A determined drive and bucket by Isaac Padilla. Padilla's got 18 points. Again, too much dribbling out to Navarro. Rushed it. He's now 2 for 6, and he steals the ball back. Guerrero, kick out. Onyejekwe. Nice maneuver in the air. Here's Govett. Again, 10-point deficit, 6:40 remains. Padilla with possession. Aquino's got 2 threes in the second half, steps back. Good D by Navarro. 7 to shoot. Govett has 6 assists, working on Onyejekwe, spins in the lane with the left, no good, but he gets his own rebound. Fresh 30. Padilla for 20, no. Missed it from 5. Allen Wright with his 5th board.
And this is where now Cypress has to make as much as they can from the lemonade they've got and turn around and say to OCC, it's all about us. And Allen Wright throws it away when I say that.
Under 6 to play. Both teams 1-0 in their conference opener. And timeout taken by the Pirates with 5:55 to play in the ballgame. It is OCC 68, Cypress 58. This is Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.
Corey, every time Cypress has an opportunity, they make a good defensive stop. Then they go down there and do absolutely nothing. And I know people are saying, oh, you make the game sound so simple. But sometimes I think the game is much more simple than teams make it.
21 turnovers.
Whoa.
Thing is, OCC has 20 turnovers. And the difference is the number of shots you put up. 53 shots for OCC, they made 25. 19 makes for Cypress, they've taken 46.
You know, you just can't keep giving your money away. Well, you can. I mean, I'm up here. Slap it in my hand. I'll take it.
So Pirates with Padilla and Hunter, Aquino, Rollins, and Govett. Chargers counter with Christian, Washington, Carr, Navarro, and Weeks. Govett with 20. Again, kick it out to the right side. Reach and foul by Washington. Washington goes 6'3". Rollins is 6'7". Trying to dump it down to Rollins on the right block. Govett will inbound. Hunter easy too.
Too easy.
Carr and Washington. And again, you see the traps and you see the flow breaking the press. Christian the second for 3, no. Rebound Rollins. Excuse me, Christian the third misses a 3. And Rollins, and there's a foul on Weeks. And they call it, are they calling the double foul we heard from down low? They call Eric Weeks. And then they call Rollins.
And see, I don't like that call. I just don't. It's initially somebody makes a foul, that's the foul. If you can't figure it out, just let them play.
Yeah, I kind of like it, though. Because I had Weeks with the push. I didn't see the arm behind. There's an offensive foul push-off. Padilla on Christian the third. So they get it right back. 70 to 58, though, Mark. Times are running out for the Chargers to make their run. 5:07 to play in the game. And they're down by 12. Onyejekwe, Wright, Navarro, Katoa, and Guerrero. Good spacing. And again, Mark, the ball travels faster than the feet. Navarro, Guerrero, good rhythm 3. We've done a couple games for the Chargers this year, and that's the first time we've seen Peyton Guerrero step into that 3 in rhythm with confidence. And he brings it down to a 9-point deficit.
Yeah, and here's the thing again. If you're Coach Al Haddam, you've got to tell your defense, not give anything up. If they beat you with a 3-point shot, Corey, I can live with that. But I don't want to see that easy little up and under that OCC has had the majority of this second half.
They've been patient on offense getting those good looks, not forcing it and not wasting opportunities on the offensive side of the floor. Cypress on the other end, they just need one stop, Mark, and not turn the ball over.
Yeah.
So for defensive purposes, Carr, Navarro, Christian, Weeks, and Washington. OCC with Govett, Aquino, Padilla, Hunter, and Rollins.
You know, when you have more turnovers than there are letters in Don Johnson court, you're in trouble.
They have more turnovers than field goals. Almost stolen by Christian. Hunter kicks it out for Aquino. In the lane, running left-hander, no. Chased down by Carr. And with 4:30 to play, down by 9. Too much dribbling, double teamed, and turnover. Aquino, pretty spin move in the lane. Mark, they got the defensive stop.
Yeah.
And then they turned it over. Here's Washington. Kick out. Weeks for 3. Eric Weeks cuts the lead to 8 with 4:05 to play.
Hey, can I ask you something? How many timeouts do these coaches have?
Way too many.
Okay, thank you.
One timeout left for the Chargers with 4:05 to play and 2 remaining for the Pirates. And again, no TV timeouts. So you don't get the 6 plus the 4 others for television timeouts. You got 6 timeouts again. One of the rule changes I'd employ, both teams 3 timeouts a game.
You know, tell you what, this is like, you know, stopping my heart. You know, if an old guy, I wouldn't be breathing in a second. I mean, every time a rhythm starts, somebody calls a timeout. And I'm thinking, let the game play on a defensive side and the offensive side. You don't need to stop it, pull them over the sideline and say, hey, this is what you need to do.
Actually,
I know I'm not a coach.
Actually, tonight, though, the way they've been turning the ball over, you might have to.
You know, if you don't understand the term, do not turn it over. You're in trouble.
Aquino inbounds to Hunter. Cypress now employing 2, 1, 1, 1. Broken easily. 74-64. Katoa and Prate Guerrero. Navarro and Wright on Yejekwe on the floor. In the lane, double team. On that left side, Wright. And kick out. Navarro blocked by Aquino. Foul by Navarro. Frustration push. 74-64. Mark, they got the shot, or let me put it this way, they got the look they wanted. Although Allen Wright was late on the delivery, had Guerrero open up on the top right. Instead goes to Navarro and Cody Aquino, the sophomore from Hawaii, Mauna Lua High School, trying to increase this lead to 11 or 12. He's now 1 over his average with 10 points. 3:31 remains. Back to 12. It was a 12-point lead at halftime. It's a 12-point lead now. Cypress got it down to as little as 8. But again, the turnovers are killing him. Yejekwe drives left every single time. Travel, good defense by Mitchell Rollins. And again, Marco Yejekwe, every time he drives, he's always driving to the left. Then spins back around to the right. Rollins read it and defended. Aquino cross. Rollins against right. Kicks out. So 16 seconds remain on the shot. There's Aquino. Navarro's got 4 fouls. He's got to be careful. Isaac Padilla, the left-hander with 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Good defense by Onyejekwe. Air ball. Turnover. And I like the ref. He was going to let that go. And you like to see that more on that violation. But again, Allen Wright
stepped out of bounds.
And so he was wondering, okay, where he didn't know what to do. Navarro. Katoa, Guerrero hit that last 3. Onyejekwe long with it. 76-64, 2:20 to play in the game. Hunter, Rollins, Govett, 7 assists tonight. 2 minutes remaining. With 5, he's got 6 points, 7 assists. 6.7 assists still. Allen Wright, 7 rebounds to go along with 10 points. Here's Guerrero, pull that 3. Long, chases down his own shot, gets his own rebound. Onyejekwe now, kick out. Aquino. And Mark, there's a turnover. Onyejekwe, charge. You know, I was watching a game last night. Problem is, it was a game from 1993.
Yeah.
I saw a jump stop.
Oh. Wait a minute. Nobody does that anymore, so.
No, and that's unfortunate because that's another turnover for the Chargers. That's 23 again. Recognition on the floor as Daniel Hatch checks in out of Corona Del Mar High School wearing number 33 in white. 76-64, 129 to play. Cypress just couldn't get any type of rhythm or flow in tonight's ball game.
Well, this is where all of a sudden a defensive tactic gets into your head and you can't get the thought out of your head. It just ruins the rest of the night. It's like, should I have that donut or shouldn't I have that donut?
Well, you should always have the donut.
I did eat that donut, just so you know.
Here's Hunter, double team. Rollins on the give and go. In the lane. No good off the second rim. Katoa got away with a travel. He's in the front court. Kick out to Navarro. Navarro misses. He hit his first 2 in the second half mark and missed his last 5. Govett, reverse layup for 2 and 78-64 with under a minute to play mark. That's going to do it. Cypress is going to drop to 1-1 in the first 2 games of Orange Empire Conference play. Here's Wright, blocked by Hunter. And Orange Coast is going to improve to 2-0. 30 seconds. And overall, Cypress will drop to 6-8 overall. Orange Coast will improve to 8-4. Shot clock violation, but it does not matter as 15 seconds remain. 78-64 your score. As Isaac Padilla slow to get up. He checks out. K. Dickey in for the final 15. Right in the lane. on the shot. Foul by Rollins. 7.9 to play. And that's one of the things Rollins was saying, well, he pushed off. No player ever should ever complain about a push-off foul
Well, I could.
because everybody does it, though.
That's true. But I could still complain about it, like everybody does.
First free throw is missed. Both free throws. So the final score is going to be 78 to 64. So from Don Johnson Court, Chargers go down in defeat to Orange Coast, 78-64. For Mark Pavlovich, for everybody here at Cypress, I am Corey Nalen. You've been watching Cypress College Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.